It's tremendous the amount of stuff that we put on officers, both based on just responsibilities and the lack of information ahead of time. So we go to a variety of mental health crisis, crimes in progress, investigations from any number of crimes subject matter. But also, when we're responding to a call for service, we're only able to function based off of the very limited information our dispatch provides to us. So, for example, in that unfortunate case of the gentleman who showed up requesting to go to a crisis center and he was placed under arrest, while that does also include a lack of training on that officer's part, both for recognizing a mental health crisis and for improperly assessing this gentleman as impaired when he wasn't. What may have happened, and I don't know the case myself, I can't say for certain, but what may have happened is if the call for service indicated that there's a subject who appears to be under the influence of drugs in the front lobby of the police department, that may have biased the officer's response when he was just functioning off he or she was just functioning off the information that they had available to them. So because officers are responding to rapidly developing situations based only on limited information, sometimes it leads to them making decisions that don't have the best possible outcome. So the onus does fall on the officers to reevaluate the situation while they're there as it continues to develop, so that they can reach the best outcome for every party involved. And then as for the overall workload, I think that Detective Leonard did a really good job of explaining what it feels like to be constantly from call to call to call, going 12 and a half or more hours without having time to sit down and catch your breath or have a lunch break. But the number I heard recently, as just for our department alone, is that one patrol officer is responsible for about 21,000 members of our city. So having that constant weight of there's 10 radio calls holding in my beat alone, let alone my partners, and making sure we're all taken care of, making sure we're all able to meet our workloads. The officers have a tendency to feel overwhelmed, and sometimes because of that workload, they don't give every call the 150% of care and attention that it deserves, because their mind is somewhere else with the 10 other calls they need to go address. And it's an unfortunate reality that the community members are the ones who suffer, because they're calling for something that matters to them, and they don't generally get that ideal service that they deserve.